So I got one thing to accomplish today.
What?
I have one raid boss left for Hexia. The reset's tonight, right? Or
Yeah.
tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, tonight, whatever.
Apparently it's the 5.0.
Oh, it's the next patch?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Cool, it's a new season.
Those bastards in guild, they're doing a run,
Yeah?
and I was just like, I need a fucking mythic. I want a couple of mythics.
But there's already too many.
They didn't ask. No one. When I asked, nobody was doing anything. Like I need to do Torghast, but
Well,
I need somebody to go with me because like this last one, I actually got my ass kicked.
they schedule them, so you kind of gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! It's midnight on the dot in server. I was like, why is the clock ahead? The calendar, because I was still thinking it's Monday. So I did all the raids except for one boss, and I
The
don't
last
really
one.
no. I started like another raid halfway. Um,
What boss is it?
I don't even think he drops anything for me. Oh, I think he drops a trinket, which I need trinkets bad. Um,
After that, what do you want to do?
I gotta finish my campaign because I was trying to research. I was like, how do I gear up fast? And you're right, it is doing the
The
campaign.
campaign.
Yeah, just focusing. So I'm gonna focus on that. Um, I just need the Sun King Salvation, so the Kathas fight.
Oh, that one's not too bad.
Yeah, and he drops a chest piece and a trinket I could use.
It's like the third boss.
So I did all the other raids, and I got the legendary pieces or the legendary memories for destruction and affliction,
Mm,
the top ones.
nice.
I don't know about demonology. I might have gotten that too because fucking I was on a roll with. I got like 8 memories yesterday just from doing shit.
When did you play?
Like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I was out.
And I played till like 7 in the morning. Oh yeah, I should probably leave party because apparently you can't queue. Wonder why you can't queue. Oh, because you're not the leader, or because I'm not the leader.
Yeah.
Have you done your raids?
In Raid Finder, I don't think I can. It goes high enough for me to work for me to be worth it. It
Cool.
would be on my hunter,
Yeah, for your hunter, yeah.
but I need to do Torghast in this guy.
Oh, and then while I was waiting for a raid, I did the mushroom quest. It's pretty fascinating how strong the mushrooms are in Ardenweald.
What mushroom quest?
What do you
The
seek?
transportation mushroom quest.
Oh, which one is that?
Um, I forgot what it's called, but if you look at the map in Ardenwald, it should be like a too many mushroom or mushroom something mushroom mishap
Oh yeah, I think I have that.
on the top northwest. The mushroom locations are suboptimal.
None of them are ever good. Like,
The Bastion ones are amazing.
yeah, I think that's the only one that's good.
How are the Maldraxxus teleportations or
I never
transportations?
use it
Never use it.
because they're decent spots, but they're just like um at the edge of the map.
Yeah.
There are none like close towards the middle.
Bastion has one in the middle, one at the entrance, one at the sanctum, and another one just fucking sitting around. But the one in the middle, the one at the entrance, and the one at the sanctum, oof. That's all you need. um, yeah, aside from that, I'm going to finish off the campaign. I want to see if I can top off Torghast for either the Death Knight or Hexia. Here's some bullshit with Hexia. She is not as well geared as the Death Knight, and
Mm-hmm.
she is like top 5 DPS in raids. And I can't fucking stand how much better I am with her than the Death Knight.
Well, because the Death Knight is top DPS.
You mean the Warlock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Warlock is really good DPS.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, especially because like the Death Knight is my main. The Death Knight is my bread and butter, but a fucking Hexie is just a fucking god. Dis. Not gonna lie, I'm falling for her. I'm also thinking about making another class. I'm still feeling Enhancement Shaman. I'm still. I don't know what it is, but just some. There's a little pull in my heart that says that could be fun. That I need a healer, and I know Shamans are top heals. I could do Paladin too, but you have a Paladin. Because it goes Paladin, Shaman, Priest, right?
I don't keep up with the healers because I don't care about them.
Fair enough. Man, have you ever seen the model for how do I explain it? It's like a Druskvar wolf. It's got like it's like a wolf with like a skull.
Yeah.
Man, I wish that was a pet.
He knows time is against us. With every
Oh,
passing
dude.
moment, the jail
Um,
grows. The flow of animals
all right.
into the maw
You know, I want to start with the thing that makes me a little happy.
We are to have
Okay.
any chance against anathemas.
Today,
We must
my mom said, "Hey,
prize
it looks like you've been losing weight," and she doesn't know that I've been
we
trying.
must take to reach them.
So I'm
Well,
fucking
that's
doing
good.
it. Yeah, I know. It's been like a week. I also fell off a ladder yesterday. That's a whole other thing. Like on a second story. It hurt like shit. Moral of the story: make sure your ladder is secure before you go up it. So second thing, when I was raiding, the top DPS, like in our raid, whispered me, just out of the blue, and was like, "Hey man, you're doing a really good job following the mechanics. Like you're like one of like, the only people here who knows what they're doing. So keep it up."
I need a target.
And I was like, "Really? Thank you."
Sometimes you just need to hear that.
I've never heard that ever. Like even when I'm tanking, I've never just had like a "Hey, good job tanking." Well, I've gotten it in chat, but I've never got like in a whisper, like, "Hey, you know, between you and me, good job." I was like, "Well, color me embarrassed." When I get that feeling, I'm on sexual healing. So I think I'm gonna try to finish Hexia's campaign today if I can, and then the rest of the week will be finishing up the raids because the reset's tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try and knock off the raid for Hexia and the Death Knight, and then I'm gonna focus on the Death Knight after that.
Why?
Hmm?
Hexia's just better.
Hexia's not better.
Yeah, she is.
Hexia can't tank.
You don't tank, so I don't see what the point of that is.
I love tanking.
You don't tank.
I love tanking.
Yeah, when's the last time you tanked anything?
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. You don't love it that much.
You know, me wanting to gear up so I don't be a shitty tank for the healer is not the same as me not loving it.
No. Proving that you don't need the gear.
I
Despite.
don't need to prove that I don't need the gear. You've had me tank under level before. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, you haven't tanked anything.
You had me doing the mythics under leveled.
That
Or
was
under
like your
geared.
fucking other one.
It's the same class.
Yeah, but that doesn't count anymore, remember?
I don't see why it doesn't. It's still the same class.
Yeah, but this one you have to actually prove it on.
Why'd I have to prove it on this one? I know how to tank. We both know I know how to tank on a Death Knight.
Yeah, a little bit.
I need to target something. I don't have a target. I need a target. I don't have a target.
Oh, and then he was like, the really cool thing is like you're doing like a really good job of like moving around, and warlocks have 0 mobility because I put like a bunch of gates all over the map and was just like bouncing between them. And I was like, that's what the gates are for. And he's like, exactly. And I was like, yeah. I'm kind of autopiloting this raid right now because I only need one boss and we're almost there. And I'm gonna die. Up, up.
I hate that some of these Torghast things are so much harder than the others.
Oh, Hexia's also not as good at Torghast as the Death Knight.
I thought all you needed was the fucking tank pet and that was it.
A lot of the people in Torghast hit really hard. And the tank pet does not taunt before like the opening big blow comes. Ew, I don't like this guy's logic.
What?
If something's difficult, you shouldn't call it difficult. You should call it annoying.
Okay.
That's whiny. That's really whiny.
That's somebody trying to be deep.
Is it? Because
Yeah.
I just hear bitching. Like,
No, that's somebody going, I'm cool. I can come up with phrases.
like, all right. I was just talking about my Death Knight like tanking, right? I'll admit tanking is hard as shit when I'm under geared, and the reason I don't do it is because it's fucking hard as shit. But I do enjoy tanking when I'm not getting my asshole blown out with every hit. When the boss is like taking out like 30% of my health while I'm tanking, like when I can only survive with mitigations, that's when I'm like, yeah, I need more gear.
Yeah, but the only way to get gear is to tank.
I need to target.
You can tank as DPS. Plus, there's no rush on me tanking when I still have to do all this campaign shit. Like, I need that like 10, 15 minute queue time, you know?
Could I have just killed everyone in this room in one pull?
Maybe.
Oh, now I could. I just get a really nice animal power.
What was it?
Just like my main ability does like 15% more damage.
Man, yesterday I was trying to be like the best, and right now, like, I'm barely like skimming like top 15. I don't give a shit.
So I replaced the icon for 2 of my skills, and I feel like I have new abilities because the icon's different. And they've basically had the same icon
I don't
since
have a target.
vanilla. So I'm like, finally a new icon for it. All the other ones have had like are different or new abilities that weren't in vanilla.
Dance and feast. The jailer amasses an army to destroy the Shadowlands. The fools deserve
I
their
think
fate for believing the
I
lies
did
of
that
the
a couple
Mattress.
times back in the day when I actually used to use macros. I think I did that a couple times too, where it's like I don't like the way this looks, so I changed it.
I need a target.
Yeah. And I forgot how much like
Look at something first.
if you just put like what is it, hashtag tooltip, show tooltip of the name,
Mm-hmm.
it follows every single thing it does. Like if it has stacks, if there's like more than one charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good. It shows the cooldown timer for it.
I
So
think I would.
it's basically you just gave it a new icon and that's it.
I think one thing would be really cool is like go affliction, and have like a macro that just cycles between all the dots.
Yeah.
So you just push one button. It's probably dirty and cheating as fuck.
Should prove useful for helping you move throughout the castle, mortals.
I'm still feeling destruction though.
Have you even tried affliction?
No, because even while I'm raiding, I'm seeing like destruction and affliction warlocks like battling at the top. Like it doesn't seem like there's a big enough difference. I've heard the rule of thumb where it's like if the difference between two styles is 5% or less, don't even fucking worry about it. Just do what you like. Plus, I'm pretty sure it'd be like similar to like when I switched to Unholy, and it's like, yeah, I was doing bigger damage as Unholy, but my rotation was so smooth as Frost that my DPS was higher as Frost, just barely. At this point, I've learned it. Like, I bet when the boss fight comes, I'll be top 10. Maybe. I've been at 14 the whole time.
Don't you need a little bit of setup time for that guy though?
For Hexia?
Yeah.
Yeah. But by setup time, like, she can set up anything she needs in about 20 seconds.
Can either of your characters go to Torghast at all?
They both can.
Possesses most potent souls in this chamber.
I already unlocked Torghast for both of them. You even went
Darkest
to
instinct,
Torghast with the Death Knight.
forging them into weapons
Alright.
to turn upon his
We
They-
didn't max out the
Once I break
He's not
The
strong enough for
warlock.
level 8,
you
though.
will be the first
Yeah.
to burn. Wrath is your most
That sucks.
potent sin, Sunstrider. It will serve us.
because I need somebody to go with me on level of this 8 one because it's actually kicking my ass.
come.
It's the one that where it's like it does fire damage every 10 seconds or whatever, percentage based.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth it though.
Yeah, that one helped you to have a tank around, right? I remember that.
Just like passive heals would be anything.
Nah, I don't have anything straight enough. I don't even think Hexia could make it through that.
5,
She does not have health for shit.
2, 1.
Bring it, those traitors! Guards, stop them!
I'm finally kind of getting high up in gear. Oh, my paladin. I really need a necklace because it's the only item I have that's below 200. Oh, my bracers.
Oh, you know what? Actually, this group's really strong. I might not be able to make top 10 at all. Their fucking damage is huge. Holy shit.
I'm out of range.
Sunstrider belongs to us.
Another interruption from the castle guard. Dispose of them. Another interruption from the castle guard. Dispose of them.
I really like and it doesn't really make too much of a big difference in the raid, but when that like evil Kel'Thalas like comes to fight you or whatever, like his like avatar or whatever, um it always has the health
Interruption from the castle.
of like the HP that he's missing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's really cool. It's a little thing. It's nothing big, but I like it.
Yeah, they do put little details like that, and I think they go unnoticed too much.
Yeah, this is a really good expansion. I still think the story's kind of rough around the edges, but the expansion itself is great. I really wish this fight dropped some version of a Phoenix mount, because there is a Phoenix in it.
Yeah, but I think there's like a billion. You know how it is nowadays. Like every expansion drops like 30 mounts.
I feel like there's only 2 Phoenix mounts, though, isn't there?
There's 3.
Dark, and then the Flame, and then...
Guards are on route.
There's the one from.
Deaths are swift.
There's a Twilight one, right? There's a Dark, and then a Twilight?
No, there's the dark one, but that's from the guild rep.
And then...
There is a not fire one. I forget
oh,
what
is it just a
expansion
bird?
Guards are on
Yeah, it's just like bird, but it's like called the Phoenix. I think it's Pandaria.
I think I know which one you're talking about. But no, I mean like another like energy creature. Like
Yeah.
not a physical...
Oh, they're buffing all the conduit or the class ability, covenant abilities tomorrow.
If they were buffing the conduits, I would like that, because they seem kind of unnecessary to me. Like, I appreciate them when they're there, but, like, they're still minor.
I think it's because like it's the only good way to fix what they did in BFA for them, because like some of them like completely changed the way you played,
Yeah.
and some of them like increased your DPS by like a significant amount to the point where it was like you kind of needed these.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Whereas now they're kind of like not super important, but
I need to target something.
they need to, like, some of them don't do anything.
Like 1,000 suns. Consume you.
Jesus Christ.
What?
This dude had, like, a nuke on him. I forgot what it's called. But he just ran straight towards me and, like, almost killed me. I have a soul stone. It would have been fine. It would have been fine. Never mind. Does anybody have something they don't want? Because that would be pretty cool.
Did you already finish it?
Yep.
Come with me, and I will help you find atonement.
I'm still like on the first level of my Torghast.
Tired of being used as a pawn by others. Will your help allow me to claim vengeance.
You have so much to learn.
Ooh, a 94.
Take his soul away and aid him, accuser.
So I know I'm about to get a legendary back, but I still have to beat all that Torghast shit. So I kind of
Took one.
took one.
What
I
item level do they get?
It was a 187 back, and I had a 158, so that was a big jump. So I'm gonna stick in this raid just a little bit longer to help them clear trash. Right? I feel like that's polite.
You don't know them shit.
And it's a back with leech on it.
When did that start being a thing?
Pandaria. It was another thing where it was like, if you were a tank and you put like leech on your weapon with like dodge and parry, and oh, you were just healing like a motherfucker.
Collection gathered over eons.
I don't know if it's as broken as it used to be.
I don't think you can get enough of it to make it broken.
Yeah, because like you can only get it like off of drops, right? And it's like a random.
Yeah, and it feels like it only happens when you upgrade. It randomly upgrades,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't increase the item level. It just increases the stats, which is basically it just gets leech.
Yeah. All right, so here's the next boss. I'm just gonna step out. Wow, that back actually made me go to top 10. All right, I did want to run heroics, but I think I'm just gonna focus on the campaign because I feel like if I were to check it, I'm almost done.
What level are you?
60.
No. What how many campaign levels have you done, or what chapter of the campaign are you on?
4 out of 9.
It should take you a couple hours.
And I'm
what you're
already on the
doing-
tail end of 4.
Yeah, I would stock up on some anima, getting any anima on the along the way, so you can just upgrade the gear.
I need to target something first.
Oh god, I'm using the wrong pet. God, that drain life button is so good.
I don't have a target.
What? I'm surrounded by a mob and I'm dying? Oh wait, let me just drain life from the whole group. Hexia is pretty good at sucking groups dry. Wow, I almost died.
On trash?
I pulled a lot of trash. Like a lot. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take care of my man. Heal up, Azrael. Good job, Azrael. You deserve my health. Yeah, Hexia is very, very, very squishy. Like, very fucking squishy.
How much health does she have?
27?
She's getting up there.
But armor. Armor is 274. I think like my Death Knight's leg has more armor than that. I have more armor on my left nut.
Well, I mean, all she's wearing is a jacket.
That is all they're wearing, isn't it? Like for the Get the Cloth builds?
Yeah, but what's dumb is that in PvP, the armor gets normalized. I forget what they did to it. Because back in the day, like, when a warrior fucking hit a clothy, it was devastating.
Yeah, but then the counter is... I guess the
Yeah,
counter, at least in like D&D terms, would be like... If I
they're
hit you
glass
with a
cannons.
if I hit you with a Chaos Bolt, it's gonna fucking ignore your armor.
What do you
In
need?
logical terms, not in World of Warcraft terms. Like how does a mage beat a warrior in real life? Like what the fuck's the point of being a mage, you know? Heat metal is one of those spells that's always kind of just irked me.
Why?
I think it's because of one line. I understand. I understand it doing so much damage, right? Like it's a concentration spell and all that stuff. The part where it's like if they're wearing it, they have to take it off or they have to drop it or whatever. Um, that just makes like so much confusion of like. And I'm bringing this up because I'm thinking of like how do mages beat armor, basically. Um, I don't know. It just like makes like a lot of arguments of like, well, like now they have to waste 10 minutes taking off their armor, and in that 10 minutes they die of fucking heat damage anyway.
I imagine like
Doffing.
doffing armor is different when you're fucking like going, fuck it, get this shit off of me now. Versus like you're taking the time to actually place it on a rack or something.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
A token of lost love. I only hope she is willing.
But
to
yeah,
forfeit.
you're literally getting cooked alive in your own armor.
Yeah.
Strike where they least.
I grant you an
Why the fuck is a cloud serpent in Ardenweald?
A car.
A car isn't a cloud serpent.
The drought beleaguers us all.
Like a Pandarian cloud serpent.
Oh, one of those.
The forest
I don't know.
provides. Keep your teeth shut.
Something for every occasion.
Is it actually there, or is it a mount or something?
No, it was actually there. It was like part of a quest, apparently. I don't know what I did. It's just like, oh, we got the soul back of this cloud serpent and it flew away. And I think it's like Durelagon or something like that. I don't remember what its name is. But I remember it being from Pandaria, but I don't think it was like a Loa. I don't know what the fuck is doing here. How the fuck do I have 1k anima again? Probably shouldn't have spent it. You were just telling me to save it.
Yeah, save it for the armor upgrades.
I serve the queen. All things in balance.
Ashes of the Tower. I can't do that right now. Redemption for the Redeemer. Sure, I'll leave that there.
Hello
Are you
there.
supposed to be who I talk to? No.
Carry a song in your heart. Invaders aren't the only danger in the world.
I will protect Ardenweald.
Fuck.
Yes.
I got stunned in these stupid things. In Torghast.
Torghast is the place where, like, if you fucking lose, you just wasted an hour, right?
Yep. Apparently they're bringing back Valor points tomorrow.
Ooh.
My stuff is the best.
Always in
I
the
like
dark.
me some Valor points, man.
So you get to upgrade and buy gear from Mythics, but you have to do Mythics.
Here's my question. Are they bringing back Justice points?
What are just points?
You know how there's Honor points and Conquest points?
Yeah.
Justice points are the Honor points to Valor points.
Hey, wanna hear a secret?
They already have an honor vendor. You can just go buy whatever you want from the.
You just need
No,
to
but
retrieve it.
Justice point vendor.
No, it's just. Oh
Valor.
yeah, the vendor. Yeah,
Tell me how I can help.
there's gonna be an honor vendor and there's gonna be a justice, or whatever they're called.
Justice.
They're valor points.
Justice.
What was justice points?
It was just the okay. If Valor points are Conquest points, Justice points are Honor points. Like it's the same.
Like, so instead of buying conquest gear, you could buy regular gear.
You can buy Justice gear. or
which
Valor Gear?
was Justice Gear was what for PvP?
PVE.
Yes, there's a Valor. It's Valor points is what it is. They're called Valor points.
No, but the Valor points used to be like the high grade PVE, and then Justice was low grade PVE. Just like Honor is low grade PvP and
No,
Conquest is high grade.
there's one thing for PvP or there's one set of currency for PvE, and that's Valor points because you could upgrade them and you could just get higher gear from doing content, higher content.
Oh, the fuck do I talk to Alexstrasza? Okay, how long does it take to kill the fucking 60 Spriggans? Because that's a shitty quest.
But apparently you have to do the achievement to get past 200 item level.
To even qualify for Valor?
No, to upgrade your gear beyond item level 200.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like it's all tied into mythics, but you get those valor points from doing almost anything. Like you get them from doing mythics. Obviously, you get them from doing Torghast, I think, and the callings.
So if I am calling you to see.
I don't have a target.
The forest sings your praises.
Oh, so I was looking up like what to do in case your Twitch gets hacked or anything like that, right? And it's like, so apparently people will hack other people's Twitch to donate to themselves, and I'm like, that's fucking oh. Thanks for the 1,000 bits. Oh shit.
Target something first.
Yeah, because I imagine you had to like sign in. Everything's connected.
Yeah. I'm like, thank God for two-factor.
I need to target something first. I don't have a target. I need a target. I don't have a target. I need to target something first. I need a target.
A slime-covered book of slime-covered book of secrets.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
Hey, since you did the alliance side of BFA,
Uh huh.
why are the Druskvar such a presence here?
I think that's arbitrary. But in the alliance thing, you find out that they're the original inhabitants of the island of the what are they called? Colteran Islands.
Fair.
and they have like some shitty wicker magic.
You mean Nick Cage is there?
Essentially. And then there's a big war. We wipe the Kaltirians wipe them out.
I can imagine losing the Kaltirians. Name one cool Kaltirian.
Jaina.
Oh yeah, she counts. She counts, but I forgot.
Her dad.
He doesn't count. He was a dick.
He was the good kind of a dick. He was racist.
Yeah, but he was really racist. Like, he's like that level of racism that, like, how the fuck do I explain it? Kind of like racism where, like, you're riding a nuclear missile and you're fucking yelling yeehaw into the fucking planet. I'm not saying, like, a racist person has done that. I'm saying, like, the level of crazy he got to.
Yep.
Like, look, Dad, they're gonna go away on their own continent and live, like, away from us. They don't want to fight anymore. Nope. They all need to die.
Yeah,
I
they
don't-
destroyed our kingdoms.
I don't care if they're a whole ocean away.
They need to die. They're not even supposed to be on this planet.
They need to die. I will kill all of my men to get them killed.
Like a good commander.
Oh, and daughter, if you don't help me, it'll be your fault that we lose. Your fault alone. You will decide the fate.
I don't know how her family found out about that. Like, everyone that was there died except for Thrall and her, so I don't know who told their family. You know what I mean?
I don't know either. All I know is it's her fault.
They even wrote a song about it.
Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea.
Man, those seem like they were gonna do so. There is so many cinematics that came out with fucking BFA. Shadowlands has gotten, like, not even half of that. And it's still a better expansion.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
Like, I still think the story's better than the BFA story.
Shadowlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, BFA was also awful.
Because the whole fact that at the end of Legion, like, Sargeras, like, hit the sword in the planet was barely relevant. I forget, somebody broke down BFA. I don't know if you've seen it. Somebody broke down BFA, and the entire time he's going through all the story arc, he goes at the halfway through, he goes, "You notice I haven't mentioned Brand's brown beard, or Magni, or whatever the fuck his name is,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
and the Azerite? Yeah, because it just doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't mean anything."
God, it's that thing. They have such cool stuff to work with, and they never use it to its max.
Nope.
Like, I think one thing that, like, can fail in writing is Last of Us 2 is a good example, right? You have a really good character, and you kill them either abruptly or improperly or unceremoniously for shock value.
in a way that their character built up that wouldn't happen, or they wouldn't like fall into that trap that
or
he was just part of that.
lackluster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could still kill Joel in Last of Us 2, right? But not early through a surprise ambush when we already know Joel doesn't trust anyone, right? Or at least if you're gonna kill him, don't beat the shit out of him. Like,
And let us play as the one that killed him, and we don't kill her.
yeah. And then let him kill one or two. Let him go down fighting. Don't just fucking let him die like that, you know?
Yeah, because he like I got it. He was going to die. Like
Yeah, I get it. The director made a choice. He wanted woman to kill patriarchy. I get it.
no,
But
well, no. They could have run in it differently because like yeah, we get it.
no.
What's her name? What's her name's the young protagonist that's going to take over the second one? Yeah, because he was a billion years old in the first one
Oh
already.
yeah, I completely understood that Ellie would be the new main character.
Yeah, because we
Hmm.
cared about her,
Yeah,
and
she
then
deserved it.
we watched Joel get beaten to death by this woman, and then we play as her, and then we don't kill her because we're supposed to be sympathetic towards her.
Oh yeah, I also heard that um Ellie lets Abby live
Yeah,
because what's his face, the fucking Neil Druckmann thought, "Oh, I want to show that Ellie's tough enough to make the hard decision that no one else would make." And I go, "That's not a hard decision. That's a stupid decision. He murdered your father figure, like, or she, it. That thing
in cold
killed,
blood.
yeah, and like your pregnant friend or something. I don't know."
Oh yeah, somebody made a big. They were talking about they made a big deal that you kill a pregnant woman, and I think it was Jim Sterling was just like,
Hmm.
"Do you know how many women you just randomly kill? There's no way all those women are using fucking protection. Like some of those are probably pregnant. Like
Yeah.
you kill one woman that is visibly pregnant, but since they wanted it to make it what's it called like diverse, there's a lot of women in the bad guys camp."
Need
Hmm.
some help?
And they're fucking. It's the end of the world. There's only a couple things you can do, and you can't tell me they're using protection.
Queen's blessing.
I don't fucking. It's so awful.
Yep, but it still was one of the biggest games of blah 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 blah.
Well, a lot of it was due to pre-orders, and then when people said this game sucks, I don't want to return it. They didn't let them.
But they do that all the time now. Like they won't let returns happen.
I've never had a trouble returning a game. I don't return games often. But like even before the game came out, they said, "Yeah, we know that y'all don't like the spoilers. We're not gonna let you fucking return it. You're gonna fucking have it."
Hmm. But they've only done that to games where it's just like a bad release or something's like come out and they're like, "Oh, this game's going to suck. The story's bad."
The gore will eat anything, won't they? Anyway, the secret's all yours. Just make sure no one reads it aloud.
Mm. And luckily, World of Warcraft hasn't done anything that bad with a character. Well,
Egregious, yeah.
they've wasted characters badly, but it's never been that egregious, right?
Oh yeah, like I still think they wasted Vol'jin.
Vol'jin,
I think
Varian, even Varian didn't have an optimal ending.
yeah, but he had a better death than Vol'jin,
Then
and they died
Vol'jin,
next to each other.
yeah, they did. Um,
I think they've been trying to bring back Vol'jin, like he's supposed to become something. Because he's in the they bring him back for a little bit for the Ardenweald campaign. He's in the parts where you meet Bonsamdi.
oh, Bon Someday. Oh, you come to hang out with your old buddy Bon Someday. Oh, heroes! Glad you're here. As you see, I'm in a little bit of a predicament. Oh, Muzala's got me by the balls. I don't know, he's turning Italian.
Hey, wanna hear a secret? The gore will eat anything, won't they? Anyway, the secret's all yours. Just make sure no one reads it aloud.
I got an Eternal Crystal. Now I can make whatever the hell I want. If I were going to use this Eternal Crystal, I would use it on a sick cloak. What do I got? Increase my stamina. Increase my speed. Isn't the same as haste, right?
No, speed is your movement ability.
Lame. Well, that could help me. God, eternal crystals are so good.
Are they hard to come by or what?
Kind of. I could enchant my fucking dagger. Enchant a weapon to have a chance of sending a wave of shadow, striking the first 5 enemies. Striking the first 5 enemies using offensive when using offensive spells and abilities.
I think that's only good for melee though.
Oh, you know, I could still make my enchanting higher. I should go take a look at that. I bet you there's a better spellcasting one up above. Really, I just need one more crystal and I can enchant my chest to get a fucking big stat improvement and a weapon improvement on top. We'll see. Who's one character that's still alive that you would love to see something done with?
So nice to see you.
Lothamar. Bane.
Never a dull moment with you.
Or all the horde leaders?
Basically. Okay, so Lothamar hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything. Bane hasn't done anything. Has ever done anything. Like his big roles in BFA were just bitching at Sylvanas and not really doing anything, getting arrested and being. That's it.
What difference is there between you and the Lich King now? Isn't it obvious, War Chief? I serve the Horde.
She had her plan even back then.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Oh, yeah, she got it when she killed herself.
Yeah.
Speak plainly.
Yep.
Yeah.
My heart for Ardenweald.
So I don't even know if that thing is still canon about her. Whenever she dies, somebody takes her place because if like she's working for the jailer, like every time she dies, she's like, "Look, I'm sorry, but I fucked up," and he's just like, "Get the fuck out of here."
So she's little Nikki.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you mind not telling anybody about this? Yeah, sure. You mind not telling anybody about this? You got it.
What were they doing?
he had the boobs on his head, and he had the
Oh,
gorilla rubbing him. The
yeah.
Sasquatch dude.
Yeah. I was like, it was something gay and sexual because that's how that era rolled.
I got hit by a big light that was attached to a lot of metal. That was a train, son. Don't stand in front of them. Oh, well, I'm going to have to take a mulligan on this one.
Was that really the last of Adam Sandler's good movies in the 90s?
90s? I think that may have fallen into 2000. Oh shit, I got a phone call.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless. Fine, leave. Have anything ancient to trade?
Loktar, be safe.
Embrace hope. The red dragonfly Ysera. It brightens my heart to know her death was not an end, but a new beginning. We were sisters, hatched from the same clutch, inseparable since birth. Ysera speaks of Corialstras, whom I loved dearly, but I loved none more than her. She gave me a gift when we first became aspects. Take it with you, and save your friend. And Champion, please tell my sister that she is sorely missed, fondly remembered, and deeply loved.
Stop! Browse! Smell. Farewell, friend of the Grummels. Crunchies, lucky doos and root. Beware of Yeti.
Magraw, speak, friend. Ho. What do you need? May your blades never dull. Speak, friend.
These lumbering brutes can't take the hint that they are no longer welcome in Arathi. Ensure they get the message.
Okay, back.
What's up?
What were we talking about? Little Nicky?
It's not ready yet.
Yeah, I don't think he had a good movie for a while.
Yeah, basically. He was making all those really bad movies.
I want to say that's like when he started trying to become like a serious comedy actor, or like he started aiming for like sympathetic comedy, like Mr. Deeds or Big Daddy,
Well,
or
he was trying to grow. Big Daddy was good. The problem is, this like he had established himself as like this fucking guy that was yelling, and he was getting away from that.
yeah. And it's like, don't get me wrong, he's had a couple of good movies, but like, fuck, Little Nicky's funny, and Waterboy is funny,
Oh yeah, it's great.
and it's like when you think of Adam Sandler's like top performances, like you think of like Happy Gilmore, Waterboy. You don't talk about Click. Um,
No, those were when he was trying to get more. I want to say family
family
oriented.
comedy.
Family, yeah, because everybody
Hey,
everyone in the business always knows that, yeah, family comedies make the most money because they
you get the kids
parents
in.
take their kids. Yeah.
Grown Ups. Um,
Grown Ups 2 got a sequel.
not his best performances though. I think one thing that I kind of dropped me off of Adam Sandler's character is that after a certain point, like especially like when he started to make more like family friendly comedies, is he always had to be the cool one.
Well, yeah, because you wrote most of them.
Yeah, but originally he played the misfit a lot. Waterboy, he got picked on. Little Nicky, he was the
I
little
think that
brother.
was because he was trying to move away from that.
Hmm. Even Happy Gilmore, when he was cool, he was an asshole and no one liked him. Honestly, back then, in those times, I think he only had one bad movie, in my opinion, and that was the Happy Billy Madison.
The one where he has to go back to school?
Hmm.
No, that one's legendary. People quote that all the time because it had Chris Farley in it.
I think it's stupid. I don't like that movie.
Yeah, that means nothing. It still was one of his biggest movies.
Well, I'm just saying that's the only movie I think is bad from that generation.
Oh, this should be
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
But his current generation, I didn't like Grown Ups. I didn't like.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what we think. I mean, because it's.
I didn't like
Grown Ups is the
50
one
First
that-
Dates. Did you?
Huh?
I didn't like 50 First Dates. Did you?
I I remember seeing it. I think it has like a hit, mainly because it was like it's a rom-com, right? So it's always going to be away from his whatever comedy he was trying to do, anyways.
Greetings. What? I know not.
I do think he wrote that one because he's the main character and he has all his friends in it.
Ooh, no, you know what's legendary?
You are fortunate to have each other.
The Wedding Singer.
We are.
I have never seen that one.
You've never seen The Wedding Singer?
Mm-mm.
You're not missing out, but like, man, because it gets outdated really fast. But like at the time, that was a good movie.
Our spirits will endure.
Do you hear that?
Enjoy your time in the Weald. Your spirit is a bright one. Good hunting. May you find respite here.
Wedding Singer is a good one. I'm trying to think of other Adam Sandler movies. What do you think of Eight Crazy Nights?
I don't know. I think he was just trying way too hard with that one, especially with the voices of everybody. Because the little old man was just like, man, it was grating. I don't know what he was trying to do with that. Like,
The wild hunt. Well, we can ill afford.
I don't know.
make it a staple of like Christmas movies, and I'm just like, that's not happening, man.
Well, first of all, it's a Hanukkah movie, so get your facts. No,
No, it's a Christmas movie.
it's a Hanukkah movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Hanukkah. So
What's-
they put the Hanukkah song in the credits.
What is that robot? Hey, Kwanzaa bot, what are you doing? Passing out these books on Kwanzaa? Man, I've been passing these out for 700 years. And he holds up a book that says, "What is Kwanzaa?"
But everyone knows what Hanukkah is.
No, they know the word Hanukkah, and that's about it. Maybe the menorah, and that's about it. Dreidel, dreidel, and the menorah is the lights, right? The little.
Do you know the Hanukkah song?
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
No.
I made you out of. No, the other one.
No.
No.
The put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah.
Oh, that one. Yeah, his is. I kind of remember it, but not like
The guy from
straight up.
Willie Nelson's band who plays harmonica celebrates Hanukkah.
Yeah, he got away from that because he didn't want that to be the only thing that was famous about him, or like he was known for.
He had some good music.
Yeah, and I just like, I understand why a lot of people don't want to be known for just one thing, but it's just like, don't abandon it.
You mean like how Jimmy Fallon like pulled away from like Saturday Night Live, even though that's like the only thing he's good for?
Look, when you sell your soul, you make a lot of money.
He sold the shit out of his soul. Like, oh my god, he sold it hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a talk show, so I assume he got paid well. But he, ooh,
I mean, it's like this: how much is your soul worth, and would you want to get paid that much every week?
I feel like my soul is worth a reasonable amount, but like, I don't want it to look like I sold out. Come on, guys.
Look, never selling out only matters if you still make it.
If part of me selling out is image change, I don't want it.
It's not image change. It's I'm a fucking millionaire now. Fuck it.
Like when those like Sony emails got leaked, and they're like, "Oh, how many more Adam Sandler movies do we have to make?" Oh, all right. Can we cast a different? No, no. He still wants to work with the same people as usual. All right, Kevin James has got to eat. Don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
love Kevin James, but like,
Which one was he?
it's the fat friend from King of Queens. I remember
Oh,
growing. I remember growing up. Um, I never really understood what my dad did, so he would just make me watch King of Queens. It's like, oh, that's what your job is. But like, 2% of that show is like actual like UPS, and the rest
yeah,
is just sitcom.
yeah. But that was during the time of like I forgot who. I think it was either a Saturday Night Live or Mad TV, where they were making fun of this the. They did a bit on like the sitcom, right? And they
Mhm.
basically put this like Neanderthal with this like this supermodel because that's all of them. That's all they were. Or
Mhm.
all these like fucking like below subhuman intelligence guys with like these beautiful women. It's just like these quick get rich quick schemes, and that's it.
Did you ever watch Married with Children?
Yeah.
I always thought like,
It was really hard for me to watch it as a child, but like if I probably watch it now, it'd probably be pretty better.
um, man,
Never cheated on his wife.
he never cheated on his wife, but he wanted to.
He hated his wife.
He hated his wife so much.
He hated his life.
I always thought she was like really hot.
Yeah.
Like even like with like her screeching like whiny voice. Oh, ow.
Oh, she played that up.
Yeah, I was like, she's really hot though. I see.
What's
I see
crazy
how
is
Al
that-
got into that situation. I see where his
Yeah.
head was.
What's crazy is that that show made Fox.
Yeah, I kind of did. That and The Simpsons. Simpsons in the afternoon, Married to Children at prime time.
I want to say Married with Children probably did it better
Mhm.
because they could do more of that show.
Yeah. I remember there was an episode where like they fucking take the house apart because they're trying to figure out where like a fucking light switch goes, and it turns
Yeah.
out like they do it for like the entire episode. Like
Oh
they get
yeah, it's the
electrocuted,
doghouse.
and it's in the doghouse, and the dog's like they're like flicking the switch for like hours, and the dog's like, this fucking sucks.
This is gonna drive me mad. Oh yeah, remember when the dog died and he wanted to be reincarnated? And he was like, I want to become an eagle, and he becomes a shittier, smaller dog.
Oh, it still has the best version of the Christmas story for me. I told you about it like the other day, where it's like Al is in the world of like what would happen if he didn't exist, and then like Sam Kinison was his guardian angel,
Yeah.
and
Fuck, that was back in the day.
he's like, man, I'm sorry, Al. I really wanted you to see that the world would be a better place with you in it, but I guess the world really would be a better place without you. And he goes, no, put me back in my body. I want to live. And he goes, what? And he goes, these people made me miserable my whole life. You think I'm going to let them get away with that? You think I'm going to stop existing so they can be happy? Hell no, put me back in my body.
Oh yeah, and he gets his wings at the end or whatever.
Yeah, and he gets his wings.
You remember when you could make fun of fat people?
Do you know what kind of girl you get driving a Pontiac Pinto in heaven? The same kind of girl you get when you drive a Pontiac Pinto in
On
Earth.
Earth. Man, that was back when anybody would be desperate to be on TV, because those bitches wanted to be on TV. Like, there's so many bits of like him making fun of like a fat woman, and it's just like the daughter is there too. Just look to your right. That's your future.
Mm.
That show cannot exist now, and it's sad.
Yeah, I can't.
But I think it's kind of dated too. Like, not even just the family dynamic of like, because they don't have like any of the technology, right?
You mean like a nuclear family? I
Yeah.
think you could make a version of it today, but
Yeah, the more version of it today is the Modern Family, and it's
but it would eat itself alive because you have to have the No, no, no. The Modern Family, no one's disgruntled with each other. Like they have little quarrels, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
nobody
like
hates each other.
nobody hates each other, right? Um, I think you could make it, but it would be way more whiny. It might be too much.
Hmm. Like I told you, I thought the
Why, she yet breathes.
fuck, I'm gonna die.
What have they done to her?
What was it? Modern Family. The kid was okay,
What do you fight for?
Yeah,
and then he grew up, and his bit of it being like the 14-year-old, like the little kid that was asking a lot of questions, gets really annoying when they stop being a little kid.
yeah. I remember. Did you ever see the episode where like they get like their old high school football team back together and their quarterback turned into a transsexual? And like
I don't remember.
he's
I don't
like
remember
already
that.
like putting makeup on, but he's deep like into like pre-op. And so their quarterback is like holding a purse like on the field, and he like
Mhm.
walks with like that girl strut, like they're wearing heels and shit, and they're talking trash to the other team, and they're like, "You don't even have your quarterback," and they're like, "Our quarterback's right here," and he comes onto the field with like high heels, and they start laughing at him. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, they can't do that bit today.
Yeah, because to me that's funny. You know, your big burly quarterback turning into a woman. That's funny. But apparently now that's insulting. But I'm
Yeah,
like,
because that's what they look like.
it's not an insult on like, oh, like gay people are ugly. The insult is that the big husky like man is now in like women's clothing, which is not meant to be in a muscular form. Like that's the joke. That's why it's funny. I don't think they understand that. Like people get offended by
Oh,
that.
they don't want it to be.
They don't want it to be. They want it to be inherently sexual, and really, it's just like no. The joke is like you
No,
can't
it's
put
inherently offensive, like no matter
inherently.
what.
Yeah, it's like no. The joke is he's a big buff like bodybuilder dude, and he's in a dress because
So they would argue like, so you're
oh,
just making fun of a woman.
and it's like no, because women can look fine in a dress, but it's weird when a guy does it because they don't have breasts to fill out the because he
Have
has
you ever seen like
pectorals.
the on
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you go to 4chan, like when they do the post of like the people that don't pass like 100%,
Mm-hmm.
and
No.
it just looks bad.
Yeah,
So there's a thing called if you're passable or not. Basically, if you pass as a woman,
oh.
and it's like some of these people that are going through transition just look like they didn't do anything.
It is too great a risk to keep her here.
So they just look like they did before,
Yeah.
and it's not that great.
I could see that. I could understand that.
I guess this one.
I think that's a fair thing to ask yourself, right?
What?
Like, not me and you, but like if you were going to be a guy and you go, I'm making the decision today that I want to start dressing like a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should really look in the mirror at some point and go, am I pretty? No. Okay. Right? That's step number one, right? Step number two is if other people don't think you're pretty, don't be offended by it because you're probably not.
Yeah.
Because I hear a lot of people get offended. Like, if a normal guy sees like, not let's not exaggerate up to like RuPaul's Drag Race, right? Because those guys go way too far, right? Like they are caricatures
Yeah, that's
of
the
the
whole point.
homosexual man, right?
Yeah.
Let's bring that down. Let's just bring it to 10%. You know, maybe you're a pretty guy. You do your eyebrows and you dress with like tighter clothes than you should a little bit. You know, just you're trying to have feminine features because women tend to wear tight clothing. Tend to,
Mhm.
right? Let's just stop there. So 5% of like full drag queen.
Okay.
There are people like that I've seen where I look at them and I go, huh, that's weird. And I know there are people in this world, maybe not these people specifically, but there are people in this world who, if they saw me go, huh, that's weird, would be
That's
offended.
offensive.
It would be offended.
Yeah.
Best time I can think of is one time I was in the men's bathroom and I was taking a piss, right? Just in the urinal, just taking a piss. And there was another person in the stall next to me. Never saw him, but as I'm taking the piss and I'm facing the wall, I hear the sound of high heels behind me. And I turn around because I have to see why the fuck do I hear high heels in the restroom. And it is a guy wearing high heels. He came out of the stall.
Yeah, like
Perfectly normal. Guy had to use the restroom. But he's wearing heels in the stall, and they have a very specific sound. So,
Yeah.
if that unsettles me, because I'm used to hearing high heels in women's terms, and I'm in the sanctuary of man, that's not my fault.
No.
But there are people in this world who'll be like, what do you mean he can wear whatever he wants? It's not about him wearing whatever he wants. It's about going against the norm to the point of some people may not be ready or some people may not be expecting it. And I'm perfectly ready.
And they don't realize that, like, how little the population that actually is part of.
Yeah, it's literally
community.
like 0.5% or something like that.
I think it's 2% of global, but like obviously certain places are higher. But most places, like certain cities or whatever, like liberal cities, don't represent like a huge population, like the majority population or whatever.
Yeah. One thing that always kind of threw me off a little bit was
I think it's weird that if they have this stance. I think almost every group has this stance of like, if you're not with me, you're against me, and you are my enemy forever.
I think one thing that's always kind of startled me, and I know this isn't true with everyone, because some people know what they want in life, right? But some people are questioning all the way up into their upper ages, right? Body dysmorphia. When you look in the mirror and you don't see what you want to the point that it depresses you and brings you down, right? It can be tied a lot of times to...
Yeah, apparently that's different than wanting somebody to use different pronouns on you.
Yeah, it is. Right?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people genuinely suffer from body dysmorphia, where they look at themselves in the mirror, and similar to like anorexic people and bulimic people.
Is it specific to I'm not in the right body, or is it just like I don't like what I see?
Body
like,
dysmorphia.
I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, or does it just
body dysmorphia, like in a vague term, is as simple as you don't like your body, right? The dysmorphia comes when mentally you feel out of place in your body, right? Whether you feel overweight, whether you feel underweight, whether you feel whatever you feel, right? Body dysmorphia is just you feel out of place in it. I've always had this worry for the culture, right? Where I feel like a lot of people are just playing the pronoun games, right? They want to be progressive or radical or anything. So they go, these are my pronouns.
Catch you.
They want to catch you, or they want to start something. They want to catch you doing a microaggression or anything like that. But I think a lot, and I would even say maybe a majority of it, are people who genuinely don't like their bodies and need help. And I mean need help in the nicest way. I mean like you need some counseling, right? If you want to have surgery and change what you got going on down there, I can't stop you, right? But at the same time, I do think it would help if while you're getting that surgery, you talk to a psychiatrist. And I don't mean talk to a psychiatrist as in it's wrong that you feel this way. I mean talk to a psychiatrist in learning about self-acceptance, right?
Okay.
Because the same thing goes with like people struggling with like bulimia and anorexia, right? Part of healing from that, even if you lose weight, even if you, or anorexic, you gain weight, bulimic, you lose weight, right? Even if you're on if you're progressing and you're healing and you're getting to where you need to be, you still have to come to that level of accepting who you are, or the depression is just going to come back. And
Yeah.
I think
Isn't that why one of the reasons why like
the suicide rate is ridiculously high.
isn't it like fucking like isn't it 50%?
Yeah, it's something high. I think it is something along like near 50%. And it is because I think a lot of these people don't get the mental treatment because we live in this culture of like accept it no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And I think it becomes like accepted so hard that people are beginning to ignore like there are mental repercussions to this. Like there really are,
Yeah,
right?
because a lot of people freak out and they're like, "Why didn't I changed? Why didn't it fix? Why am I not better?"
Yeah, I got the surgery. Yeah, exactly it. I got the surgery. Why am I still not happy, right? And that's exactly it. Is people get to that point and they go, okay, I got the surgery. I look like a girl. I have a loving boyfriend, loving girlfriend, whatever, right? I'm still not happy with who I am. And that's when you really need the surgery. That's when you, not the surgery, the therapy, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times the therapy could have saved you at the beginning, like before you, and let's not even talk about like transforming your body, but like before you went into debt from like all the surgery, because that surgery is expensive. Hormonal treatment is expensive.
Yeah, because
Surgery,
it's forever.
yeah, it's forever. It's something you have to keep up with, right?
Yeah, well, because your body, regardless of whether or not it's right or correct or wrong, right? It will always want to be what it is. I think the problem is like when people do it before they're done growing, so before 20. I don't know. They keep saying like certain. I think it's like you stop developing at 24 or something like that. I don't know. Whenever you're supposed to stop, right?
I think it varies person to person, but yeah, like you should be done by like 24, 25.
So if you do it before then, it fucks up your developmental
Completely.
years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So people, there. I think the youngest is 13. A 13-year-old boy. A boy transitioned to a girl.
And we,
right?
yeah, and we now live in this world where like calling anything a disorder or a disability or anything like that is like a dirty word, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we even spent like not even a year, but maybe like 6 months in therapy before we did anything extreme, like chopping our dick off, because that's literally what you're doing, right? It may change a lot of people's lives for the better, right? Because oh shit, if a psychiatrist sits with you for a month and goes like, I understand you want to be a girl, that's all you, right? But just accept who you are. You can be happy to be a girl on the inside. There's nothing wrong with
The
that.
outside.
But you don't have to change yourself physically to love who you are, right? Be happy with who you are and accept who you are on the inside as well, in and out,
Yeah, but there's a possibility that that's impossible for them too.
And if it's still impossible, go get the surgery. And you know what? Come to therapy afterwards because you're probably still going to need it. Because if you still need the surgery after all that, you're still not accepting yourself. But
also I've read some stuff on the surgery that I guess for the male version or male to female, right? It's that the doctors try to constantly try to talk them out of it because they don't get it. They just want it, right? They just want the surgery, and then when they finally get it, they're like, "Oh, it's basically a wound."
So,
because your body, you basically create a cavity in the body, right?
Yeah, South Park said it best. You're looking like a girl. You're not actually a girl. I merely made you look like a dolphin. You're not actually a dolphin.
Yeah, it's because like I forget what it's dilating. I think it's called dilating. Where basically you have to stick a rod up there or else it'll close. Like, because it's not natural.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like.
Okay, so I think we had this discussion. Let's go more video gamey. We had this discussion with what's his name, that rogue that you used to know.
Cred?
Cred, yeah. We talked about it with like the fact that what was I gonna say? That Chromie is technically transgender.
Sure.
And I was just like, why? For one thing, doesn't or whatever?
Can't she pick her form?
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Isn't she powerful enough to change that? Like
she is.
So wouldn't she not be transgender after like once she made the transition, right? Because then you're not.
I think it's
right?
I think it's a failure of the naming convention and fans
Yeah, it's
overreading it.
true. Yeah. Okay, because like in my mind, like there wouldn't be transgender people in a D&D universe when there's enough magic bullshit to go around where you could just go to a wizard and go, I want to be something different, and they're like,
Apparently, I can
okay,
just go to a barber and do it.
yeah,
Yeah, the
right.
barber can do it now.
But you know what I mean, like in a D&D universe, not just WoW, where it's just like you would not be somebody in transition. You would just be you would be the final result. You wouldn't be. But I guess it's just you're right. It's just the naming convention too.
Yeah. I just think it's a failure of a naming convention and people reading into it. I also don't see why. I know all male dragons are named one way, all female dragons are named another way, but Chromie's a girl. I think like she even calls herself a girl, like in lore.
Well, yeah, that's how that works, right?
Mhm.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. But what I do know is that we can just change our genders whenever we want at a barber. Yeah. But like another thing is like in Critical Role, Matt Mercer has body dysmorphia.
Yeah, he does. He's what was it? It's a
Yeah,
he's too skinny, right, or something like that.
yeah,
At
he
least
has
he's
the
not
tendency to
fat.
undereat. Yeah, he
Yeah.
thinks he'll get fat. It's a serious thing, and even he's spoken about not so much about like the gay rights side of it or anything like that, but like just
Yeah,
if
and
you can't accept who you are,
didn't
you do need help.
yeah, and didn't Sam accidentally describe this body dysmorphia without even knowing what it was because he was talking about how Not was?
Yeah. Yeah, Not would also have it, but Not has a very special reason for not having it, and that's because she literally is in the wrong body. But yeah, she would have it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all it is just not liking who you are physically. And like, I don't like who I am physically, right? Like as like me, right? But the difference between that and like depression is like I see me and I'm like, man, I'm getting fat. I should work on that, right? There are people who see that and go, man, I'm getting fat. Like I don't deserve to live, or I'm getting
Yeah.
fat, or there's no hope. I need to give up now. There's no point. If I even if I lose 5 pounds, I'll gain it back, right? And like they have this really like dire hopelessness, right? And the same thing goes into like the male to female, female to men. Like the transitional side is like if you go through with the surgery and you're still not happy, there's not much more you can do.
Yeah.
Right? And you really should see therapy. And like I said, we now live in a world where if you call anything as like a disorder, or if you say someone needs help, that's an insult, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say someone needs help, they probably need help. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hopefully I can do this fucking run this time and not die. Because I've already tried to do it once before and I died in the last boss because it was just not doing enough damage and he was doing so much fucking damage to me.
Yeah. But on a brighter note, traps are
Gay.
Yeah, they're gay. There's no chicks with dicks. There's only guys with tits. I wanted to get caught. I still need to see Ted too. I've seen like a lot of like the best scenes and like they all make me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't seen the movie. Like
Is there a third one?
Nah, not that I know of. Like I like the Liam Neeson like buying cereal. That shit's amazing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm to believe that if I buy these tricks, despite them being for kids, I won't be
Nothing.
followed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have the budget to have someone follow you around.
Good.
Good. And then he leaves 20. He leaves 20 on the counter for a box of tricks. And he
And he
hides
just
it under
walks
his
away.
jacket. Have you seen after the credits where he comes in covered in blood and puts the box of tricks back on the counter and walks out?
No.
He comes back and he looks like he just went through like Taken 4 or something. Like he's got his ass kicked and he just slams the box on the counter. It's like an
See,
Easter egg.
I don't think there's enough like they don't go that far anymore with like movies anymore cuz like think about I guess Family Guy kind of does it. I was talking about when we were talking about Married with Children.
Yeah.
They had a talking dog. It was funny, but it was I guess because budgetary concerns right back in the day.
Yeah, it was the dog's
But
inner monologue.
yeah, but he was still 100% a dog like um and that was like nothing, nobody was just like, wow, that's fucking, why is the dog talk? It's like nobody could hear it, it's a dog. But I guess they only go that far in like cartoons, so basically like Family Guy, right? Because it is a cartoon.
Yeah.
And shows like Scrubs are not on the air, and I don't see anything that's going that crazy anymore. I know Everybody Hates Chris did a few things like that. Like I really never understood why I didn't like Everybody Hates Chris, but I think it was because I love Everybody Loves Raymond so much. I hated that the pun on the name.
Oh. I never thought about that.
I hated that fucking show so much because of the guy, Raymond. I fucking hated that guy. He was just like,
Now why?
Yeah, I fucking hated that guy. Because in the first episode, of Everybody Hates Chris, he's running to the bus to go to school. And he's just doing his inner monologue, and there's just this guy that runs past him on fire. And I'm like, what kind of there's no like acknowledgement of that, there's no nothing, that just happens. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't I watch this show?
What have I missed? There was a show, Archer. I decided to watch Archer. This was a long time ago, right? But it was like already season 7 when I started to watch it. I was like, man, I slept on this show for 7 seasons.
Yeah.
That was a good one. It fizzles out eventually, but like, man,
because aren't they in space now?
something like that. But like, man, like those first like I want to say like even like 6 or even 7 seasons.
Didn't we have this argument of like what was the first episode? And I was like, it's the raptor one.
Something must have happened to her. Search the grove. The Drust could not have taken her far.
I don't believe it's the raptor one.
Yeah, it's the one that they pitched to the network. And they didn't air it until like season 5 or something like that. Okay, at least I'm not gonna die in this one. Fuck. That last one had a bunch of like bullshit like stacked up on top of each other.
I'm pretty sure that was an advertisement for Jurassic World on Archer. Because it looks like the Indoraptor. Or Indosaurus Rex or whatever.
Okay, finally. I can get the fuck out of here. Man, I forget how much I miss playing my paladin.
I need to target something first.
And then I blew all my cooldowns, and I was just like, fuck, I have a lot of cooldowns.
What the fuck am I supposed to be doing?
What quest are you doing?
Locate Kivar. Searching the grove.
I think you just gotta wander around.
I'm like, am I supposed to be looking for like a body on the floor or? Oh, here he is.
What is it? Speak up.
He was in a cage.
Maintain the balance. My cage has 3 separate locks, each with its own key. I think the Drust might be afraid of me.
I gotta figure out how to, as a DM, open Tarpley's mind a little bit.
Why?
Alright, so he spent like 10 turns like fighting that fucking frog shark thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could have been attacking the boss the whole time. I know it's a pain in the ass to have like a shark biting you in the ass, but he could have attacked the boss the whole time. And y'all could have just saved him. Because he would have gotten sneak attack off that. He doesn't get sneak attack one-on-one.
No.
And I feel like he's gotten stuck in that predicament like a few times at this point. Because I know like I had like a similar thing like with Stife where it was like if I put one ad on him, it took him out of the fight. That's just because like Stife had like a lot of like to hit spells and he didn't have the best luck. He's not as bad as like Joe's Prime, but like he didn't hit a lot, right?
No.
Tarpley could still get sneak attack if he just attacked other creatures. I don't know. Yeah. Just something for me to think about.
Yeah.
I need to target something first.
I don't know how to get to this fucking quest without like dying.
What quest? I mean, not that I
It's a
know.
world quest in Maldraxxus. It's over by the House of Plagues. Basically, you have to do you have to do it where the that plague fall.
Oh, the
Was
one where
this
you have to
it?
cross all the elites and like fight like that world boss that
Oh,
comes.
there's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Never noticed that. Mainly because I never use those because the teleport system is stupid and I hate it.
Well, you have a
Okay, so
teleport because you're a paladin, right? Or because you're
yeah,
Jackson.
I don't know how anybody else is supposed to get to here.
I just run through it.
I hate the teleport thing because the teleportation network is because it go like the big thing is that it goes to the necropolis that's floating around, right?
Yeah.
But you can't like just jump out of it. I wish there was like because there's a lip on it or like a ridge that you can't actually jump over.
Yeah, but not everyone has goblin gliders.
Too bad. Sucks for them. Like I would rather just have that and just be able to jump out and just fly wherever I want. Because as it is, it sucks. Because they give you like a little, basically like a little pet. It's a little monster thing, and you jump out with it, but you can't really control it like you can with the goblin glider.
Hmm.
Perfect timing, you two. Though you did cut it close. What is it? Speak up. Strength of the forest, meet me back at my den. I will do whatever I can to assist you.
Do you think they should start making, I guess not mechanics, but like, how do I put this? Like, carrying over certain things from certain expansions, carrying them forward. So just so you know that like not everything's gonna get abandoned.
It would have been cool with the Azurite. I would have liked the Azurite.
Yeah, because also it's a fucking big deal.
It's kind of a big deal.
But apparently it's not.
Apparently it's not.
And did we fix it? Did we even fix it?
No idea.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure the planet's still bleeding. Is the sword still in it? Yeah, oh, it's still bleeding.
Yeah, that sword's still there.
What would you do if we came back to it the next expansion?
What, the sword?
Like, alright, we fixed the Shadowlands. Oh shit, the planet's still bleeding.
That would be something. But I doubt, I don't know how many more expansions are going to be, right? I doubt any more expansions are going to have, my predicament is that, or my prediction is that they're not going to have any more expansions on Azeroth anymore. We're going to go to a different planet, different realm, whatever. We're just going to go somewhere else.
So you think we're done with Azeroth?
There's not enough space on that map anymore.
Unless we... I still like the idea that I pitched to you a long time ago where it's like the reverse of the Maelstrom.
Oh, where they bring up the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
But they've done that twice already.
They have yet to bring back the Maelstrom. I'm talking about everything that like that center continent that got swallowed between Kalimdor and Lordaeron. Like that used to be land.
Yeah, now it's on the bottom of the ocean, but they've done that twice
No,
already.
it's not in the bottom of the ocean. It got sucked into the well of eternity.
There is nothing there. It leads to fucking Deepholm.
Yes, the Maelstrom leads to Deepholm. But that entire chunk of continent between those, because that used to be one. Lordaeron to Kalimdor used to be one entire continent, but when the Well of Eternity collapsed, it sucked all of that into it.
I don't think it did. I think it sunk it.
No, it
Yeah, it
sucked
sunk
it.
it because that's where
Nope.
all the fucking. Yes, it is. Because that's where all the fucking Night Elf shit is. It's the bottom of the ocean.
No, it was far enough away that when the continent started collapsing, that sunk. But a good chunk of it got sucked in.
Yeah, and where was it gonna go? It leads to Deepholm. Where do you think it went?
I want to say it went somewhere else.
But it leads to Deepholm.
I want to say it either went somewhere else or it like got destroyed. But either way, you could do something cool with the Maelstrom because it still exists.
I think they made the mistake of it. It just leads to Deepholm. It leads to one zone.
I don't know why it leads to Deepholm. There's no reason it should lead to Deepholm.
Yeah. The problem there's the problem of like if imagine if they never had Cataclysm or the Maelstrom in Cataclysm where it went to the fucking Deepholm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the next expansion after Shadowlands was we went through the Maelstrom. You know how how psyched people would be for that shit?
Yeah, because it did become like the back burner of Cataclysm. Like, because it should be a big deal. That's where the Well of Eternity was. That's where the blood of the Titan was.
Yeah.
And
and the wound was so great and the explosion was so powerful, it created an interdimensional hole.
You know what you can do? Have the sword like sink into the planet, and a new Well of Eternity forms.
Maybe, but you would have to have like 3 fucking like time portals there too.
Time?
Mm-hmm. Because every time they change a zone in the original continent, they have to put a bronze drake there so you can see the land before that.
I guess. That's not my concern though. My concern is the next expansion. Oh no, what will we do without Sithilis?
I mean, that shit was a big deal in
Classic?
yeah, Classic, because that's where Encourage was.
No one has gone to Sithilis since.
Yeah. Because nobody needs to. What if they did another Cataclysm where they just fucking redo some of the old original zones?
That'd be
'Cause
amazing.
There's still a lot of original zones that never really did anything, like Deathless, Feralis. Basically, a lot of them on Kalimdor, they're just like nothing. Like, I still want them to redo Grim Batol. Like the dwarves actually go back to go get one of their kingdoms. Or the gnome. Well, I don't really care about the gnomes, but I think they deserve it.
No more Amagon?
Yeah. But the problem with that is, right, it's the balance is not there anymore.
What would you do if they did like something extreme, like every race gets a kingdom? Like,
Don't half the races have kingdoms already?
I mean, like, put it this way. The Night Elves move to Mount Hyjal. The undead retake the Undercity, like they clean it. The Worgen get Gilneas back while the undead focus on
Oh yeah,
cleaning up
Gilneas
the
is
Undercity.
just completely abandoned. You can't go there.
Yeah. The Gilneans get Gilneas back because the undead are too busy trying to get the Undercity back. Like, they lost their foothold, right? Because Undercity was their foothold for Gilneas. So they don't have any, like, base of operations to continue that front. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you're thinking smart, like, as a writer, which I know, like we said, they have cool stuff that they don't use.
I think a lot of that is just, that's too much of just I mean, we know that they've redone an expansion idea of like going to the whole new world or whatever, but it's just I, I, that that would be logical, right? Of like all these races getting their kingdoms back and actually trying to make an effort to go home or something.
And
right?
then the war resparks because now that everyone's in these new locations, there's new tensions. You know, the undead maybe at one point decided the Undercity may be too hard to retake. Let's go for Gilneas.
Again, yeah.
What if the Undercity took Gilneas?
I don't know. I mean, the Horde lost their own city, so that's their fault.
Yeah, but I'm trying to work with what I got.
The problem is that it is logical, right? Like these whole nations of people should try to go back to their homelands, right?
Yeah,
To retake them.
either the Undercity sees a whole patch of land in Gilneas that isn't corrupted, or they try to retake the Undercity because if anyone can, it's the undead. And the Gilneans focus on a new front of saying, well, if they're focusing on the Undercity, then we get Gilneas back, right? Y'all can't defend two fronts.
Yeah, you don't have infinite people, and the only person that could res your people were
Is gone, right?
Yeah, and she took the only other people that could actually res them too.
Which you could have an amazing story where Gen and Lillian have to like meet and be like, look, our kinds have killed a lot of our kinds. Like there is tension, right? We could have that thing we were talking about where now the planet's leaning towards peace, but there's still people who don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, they could be like, my curse is literally to prevent your fucking curse.
Yeah, I got cursed so I wouldn't become undead, so this is your fault. Those could be the terrorists, right? Where most of the kingdom is like, all right, if Gen wants to make peace with Lillian, I guess we can try it. And then you have those others that are just like, nah, fuck that, never, no peace. I've lost too many friends. You know?
I'm literally cursed.
Mm-hmm. I've given up my humanity and I've lost too much. I don't want this war to end for personal reasons. And that's where you could get those like those new factions I was talking about.
Yeah.
You could have like the Horde, the Alliance, and then like the I don't know, you could have like resistance members of like the factions.
I don't know, adding a third faction would actually be helpful.
I would mean you're still Horde and Alliance, but like, are you the Horde that supports peace, or are you the Horde that supports war? Are you the Alliance that supports peace, or are you the Alliance that supports war? Or you know what? It could just be two different quest lines. You're still Horde and Alliance.
Yeah.
We stalk the moonless night.
I dream, and the world trembles.
We're just brainstorming here. Which I think that could be an interesting expansion, because in that case you would have maybe every city is a new quest hub, you know, or like every city is a new covenant.
I just don't know if like anybody wants to go back to the old world anymore.
Well,
there's nothing new, right? But
what
it
I would
would
say
give
is
a really good excuse to redo some of these old zones.
That's what I was
with
gonna
new
say.
graphics.
It would be like a new Cataclysm.
Yeah, without the disaster.
Yeah,
but people would still complain that like, oh, you're redoing the old zones.
It wouldn't be a disaster that causes this. It would be like a rebuilding.
A retaking of land.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be cool. But yeah, you could make since there's now gonna be, or in this dream thing, there would be a city for every race, right? Every race, every city could have a covenant ability.
How many races are there? 12 or something?
12.
With the allied races too, right?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be anyone can join anything, right? It would be 6 horde covenants, and 6 alliance covenants. With maybe the only overlapping one being Pandaren.
Well, no, that it's 12 on each. That would be 24 cities.
Oh no, but you wouldn't count. I wouldn't give this to the allied races since not everyone can play them.
They might let it go after when this expansion's over.
If they let it go, then yeah, then whatever, 12 each, right? But if they don't let it go, it should be the 6 primary races for each side. God. Sometimes me and you just like talk about bullshit and it's like, man, but I want it so bad. I want that so bad.
Alright, let's talk about the next expansion. But we don't stay here. We have to go somewhere else. Like, cause that's where my head is at. I really doubt the next expansion is happening anywhere on Azeroth. Like, we have to go somewhere else. If we can go to the fucking realm of the dead, there's no reason why we can't go anywhere else. There's nothing stopping us. I can't find this last rune.
I want to go back to Outland.
Which one?
Outland, the original,
The proper one.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's there?
I want to.
What would make us go there?
I want to imagine the orcs start thinking about like going like, man, maybe we should go home, and then maybe some orc in Outland goes, I think I have a way to repair the planet, right? And along the way, like we find like maybe like new elemental powers, right? Like the very elemental shamanistic based expansion, right? I think the things that would do really good lore wise would be like mages, warlocks, and shamans, right? Who are just like trying to pull the planet back together, right?
I don't think there's enough of it left. Plus,
Again, this would be a lot of like reversing what's already happened. Like maybe we're pulling shit. Maybe shit is coming out of the Twisting Nether. In fact, it could be a Twisting Nether expansion.
that I could see. Where we go to the other bits of oh, there it is. Fucking goddamn.
Yeah, like while we're trying to heal Outland, the Twisting Nether is getting worse. Outland is starting to fade, and we're trying to stop it because there are people still there.
Well, yeah, and
And
we
a
don't
lot-
want them all to come.
A lot of the expansion is, should we just take them back to Azeroth, or can
No,
we?
see that problem is too simple to solve. It's just like everyone just goes through the portal and that's it.
Well, no, because then there's a lot of tension of we can't bring them back. Like, there's too many people. We can't. The planet cannot handle the refugees of another planet. We have to,
I think it could, especially because it's not an entire.
because we've killed so many.
Yeah, what would we bring back? It would be some of the Arakoa, the rest of the Draenei, the rest of the
Don't say we can't and then say we can. Like,
Oh no, we
you
can bring them all back.
You said that's too simple of a solution. Well, if it's a simple solution, then
Yeah, because like all we were bringing back is people that belong here anyway. So the Draenei, they move from there to here. The Blood Elves, they don't belong on that planet anyways. Some of the Orcs, I can't think of any other race that like would want to come, or we would even ask them to come.
Okay, so then here's.
But you know what I really want them to do is fucking have a reason for us to go get the eye, that ship that's out there.
You know, here's
that
how
was the Draenei ship.
Here's how you spark it then, right? All right, so like trying to rebuild Outland or whatever. Let's scrap that, right? What if the Twisting Nether is starting to leak into our planet after we go into Shadowlands?
I don't know what the definition of the
Twisting Nether is
anymore.
What if like when, because you know Sylvanas like cracked a fucking hole in reality above Northrend, right?
Yeah.
What if like there is another crack now and it's bleeding with the Twisting Nether? Right?
Yeah, because like the Twisting Nether used to just be what everyone called space, the space in between the planets, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was the Void or something. I don't know. Then they changed it a couple times. So I don't know what the definition of the Twisting Nether is now. So
Yeah, so what if we go there and it's small, right? It's tiny. It's like it's maybe like just affecting like the shoreline of somewhere, right? Like the shoreline near Westfall, right? So it's like leaking into Stormwind, or it's leaking into the shoreline near Orgrimmar, right? In Duratar. And we go, all right, so how the hell do we deal with the Twisting Nether? Well, let's go to Outland because they've been dealing with it. Like it's right there, it's in the sky. You look up and there's the Twisting Nether. Let's see
yeah,
if they know anything. And then we go there, and they're along the lines of, yeah, we're kind of at a breaking point. Either we stop the Twisting Nether and all of Outland is saved, or we don't stop the Twisting Nether and all of Outland is doomed.
I guess so. But like, who would be the villains, right? Because like,
The Void Lords,
finally,
finally.
I know that's
One Void Lord.
yeah.
And like I said, it's like a very mage and shaman friendly expansion.
What do you mean by that? Because like, none of the expansions have been like focused on any of the classes specifically.
I always feel like every expansion is kind of like in lore, right? Every expansion kind of has like a favorite. Like in Legion, it was all about like warlocks, definitely.
Yeah, well, no, they had a spread because every class had their own fucking like giant like class quest.
In lore,
What do you mean,
not in mechanics. I mean like in story.
Yeah, every class had their own fucking story.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about the Covenants.
Or yeah, the order halls or whatever the
No,
class
I
order halls.
just mean like the get hyped because there's fucking demons here and it's Legion, right? Well, and this one is gonna be like a lot of like fighting between like elementals and nether shit, which is gonna fall between mage and warlock.
And shamans.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a whole thing that like I want to remember the quest line for the shamans in Outland, but I don't think I was a horde then. But like their elemental primes are like fucking super weak because the planet, like, they're missing so much of it.
I really like them though. Not for any particular reason, but they're called Furies instead of like gods or anything. They're called the Elemental Furies, the four of them. You can actually fight them and beat them. Like they're not tough at all.
Because they're all like.
But yeah, it's because the planet is weak.
Yeah, it's dying. I mean, well, yeah, it's literally dying. All right, I finished my paladin stuff. I think I'm gonna call it so I can get a somewhat good sleep.
All right, have a good one.
At least I did one mythic. So what's gonna happen now? I've been meaning to tell you is that like, so when you get a piece of gear, like you know how I said you can upgrade mythic gear. You can only upgrade mythic gear that you get starting tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, I know it doesn't like really affect you because I don't think either of your characters have any mythic gear yet.
Yeah.
So like for my character, he has a bunch of like mythic gear. I can't upgrade that until I can't upgrade it at all. I have to get new gear and upgrade that. What I want to try to do is get the achievements. So there are 3 or 4 achievements. I think it's only 3. It's do all of the mythics at level 5, level 10, and level 15. Obviously, I'm going to try for the 5 first because that's easy. But you have to do all of them and complete the timers for all of them.
Yeah.
To get the achievement, and then you go from like, cause everyone base starts at like they can upgrade their gear till item level 200, and you have to get the first one, the level 5, mythic 5, to get to I think 213 or something like that. I forget what it is,
Yeah.
but that's what I want to work
I
on.
think once I finish everything next week, I'll probably start getting mythics for both of them.
All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
Yeah, later.
No. Come
did
for
not
a
survive.
lesson, have you?
So I actually want to go take care of some stuff as well. So what I may do is
My oath is to the forest in
I may
time.
just try to finish up this
I'll
quest
bring
line a little
word to
bit.
the Winter Queen.
Yeah.
She will want to
So yeah,
know.
we'll go deliver this to Winter Queen. I'm gonna call a pause on the festivities, maybe for about 30 minutes, and then I'll be back. So I'm gonna shut off the stream and everything once I turn this in. I want to see how those shoulder pads look on me. It may actually be an improvement. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be an improvement. And then we'll go from there, cause we got a lot done already.
Invaders aren't the only.
And then once that's done, I will come back and yeah, we'll try to finish this off because we're doing amazing, I think.
Speak, and the forest shall listen.
Troubling news, mortal. I had hoped we would discover the means to restore those possessed by the Drost. Sadly, those taken are now lost to us. Gorak Zar will pay dearly for the wound she has inflicted upon my realm.
Cool. So I look really hot.
Where do we strike?
Where is the... Oh, okay. I believe I should be almost done. 6 out of 9. Oh, but I just finished it, right? The Horn Hunter.
My long slumber has ended.
Alright, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and call it for a little bit. I'll be back in a bit.